Hey Vista Assembly family, this is Johnny hanging out with you today. I am super excited and super thankful for your generosity for today. Now, some of us have been asking the question, how do I give online? So this video right here is to basically show you guys step by step how to give online. If there's any questions that you may have, hopefully they're answered in this video. Or if not, you can also communicate with us or also Tithely. So either one of us is going to help you through the process. Now, I know when it comes to giving online, everyone gets a little scared. I understand. We live in an age where some things are not as secure as we want them to be. But I do want to bring some ease to you guys, letting you know that through Tithely, everything is secure. And there's definitely any possibility for you to change anything, or if you had input something that you didn't think was accurate or correct. Again, we are here to help, and hopefully this video will guide you through, all right? So I want to start off this video with teaching you guys how to give online, all right? So check out your screen, and remember, at any point during this video, you can stop it or pause it. We don't want to rush you through, we want to walk you through, so you can pause it as you're going through every single step. And then at the end, hopefully all questions will be answered. So why don't you check out your screen with me? Let's do this. So here's how we're going to walk you guys through the process of giving online. The first thing that you want to do is you want to type into your URL section vistaassembly.com, right? Once you get to our page, you will notice that in the top right-hand corner there are several tabs. The first one, or third one rather, is the Give button. So we want you guys to go on ahead and click on that. Once you get to the giving page, there are two different places you can click to give. Either the giant word Give located in the center of the screen, or if you scroll down a little bit, there is a smaller button that says Give. So you want to click on either one of those, and that will then guide you to our church's Tithely giving page. All right. Once you get here, there are a few things that you want to look at. First thing is that you want to make sure it says Vista Assembly of God, right? But then you want to go over to where it says the word give underneath is a dollar amount, right? That is where you want to write the amount that you actually want to give. Whether it is a small amount, a large amount, either way, it doesn't matter. You want to write in that amount. The thing next to it says to. Now this is a question that many people ask. Where do things go? And in a nutshell, most of the accounts that you guys are going to see are kind of descriptive of what they are, okay? So you guys will see tithes, missions, other, and then on the list goes, most of the time making pretty simple sense. So for example, if you're looking to give to the youth group, you can go to Renegade Youth, or if you want to give to the Skills Workshop, you'll notice it says Skills Workshop, or maybe the Vista Kids group, you can give to that as well. You just want to select where you want everything to go to. In this case, we're going to focus on tithing, right? So you want to click on tithes, which you'll notice there is a number 1-1100. So you make sure that you click on that, all right? Right below that, you're going to notice a little button called Reoccurring Giving. Now this button you want to click on if you already have an idea of an amount that you want to give regularly, right? Once you click on the Reoccurring Giving, you'll notice it gives you a couple options. You have every week, you then could choose every 2 weeks, every month, or the 1st and the 15th of every month. That is up to you and how you know your own finances, right? If at any point you want to change any of this, let's say you've set up a reoccurring giving and in the future you realize, oh, I got to change some things for whatever reason, please check out our third video on changing any of that information and we will guide you through how to do that, all right? So once you've selected whether it's weekly, 2 weeks, 1st and 15th, whatever the case is, then you actually want to click which day. In this case, if you want to schedule it for a Sunday or Monday, Tuesday, it's whatever day works best for you, right? Now, if by chance this is only a one-time gift and you're like, I don't want to set up a recurring giving, then don't worry about clicking that button. Go ahead and leave that alone, all right? It's going to ask you for some basic information, obviously for communication and so that our accounts and data bank will make sure to marry these two, knowing what you're giving always goes in line with your account, right? So you want to put your first name, your last name, and your email. The next thing you want to do is click on whether you're going to be giving with a card or with a bank. Now, for those of you who are wondering, what's the difference, right? We do want to let you know there is a difference in what is charged after the giving, okay? So if you're going to give through a credit card or even a debit card, there is going to be a 3% charge, right? Which we'll get to that in a second. If you are to give through a bank account, right? So your routing account that you have, if you don't know where that is, you want to grab a blank check, and at the bottom of your check, it'll give you a long series of numbers. That's actually your bank's routing number, and then a short series of numbers, and that's the actual account within the bank itself. So you want to keep those things handy as you go through this process. For banking transfers, it's actually 1%. So we're always encouraging people, hey, the fee goes down depending on what you use. But we also understand everyone feels comfortable in different situations. So some people say, no, I'd rather it be my credit card than my bank card, and that's totally fine, okay? So what you want is you want to have your credit card or debit card handy. It's going to ask you for your basic information, such as the number on the card, the expiration time, and also the CVC, which for those who don't know what that is, you flip your card over and it's a 3-digit code that you put there. If you want to use a bank, again, you want to have some sort of checking in front of you or your check itself and guide you through where to put that information. Now here's the interesting little button. It says cover fees, right? And it basically, if we were to understand how this works, Tidely is a separate company, right? So they have to charge fees for using debit cards and credit cards and even bank transfers, and that is ultimately how that company makes its money. So when you give, there is a fee that's tacked onto it. Now that fee can be covered by the church. However, we are asking on behalf of the church that if you guys can, financially, you don't have to, but if you can, we ask that you guys cover the fee, so then that way it's not coming out of our general funds and expenses. And again, we want to thank you guys in advance for that generosity, right? We made sure to add a memo or a note. Sometimes you're giving, let's say you are giving to the women's ministry, but there is actually an event going on, or maybe you're giving to the women's ministry because you want to buy some clothing. Well, sometimes it's nice to know where is this money coming from and what is it for. So you can go into the memo and specifically write what your intentions are for this money and where it's going, right? So if I know that you've already selected what account it's going to, but sometimes you want to add a little note saying maybe this is for somebody in need or maybe a specific ministry's purpose, okay? The last thing is that you want to notice at the bottom, there's a little button that says, remember me. Now, this is the critical part, and we do want to make this very clear. As your church, we do not have your password and we do not have your PIN. So if you, for whatever reason, want to log back in, let's say you want to change your reoccurring giving or your payment method of payment, you're going to be asked for a password and a PIN. Unfortunately, we do not have that information. Tidely does, which at the end of this video, you will be giving all the information of how to contact Tidely so that way they can make sure that everything is set up for your password and your PIN. My encouragement is that you guys write it down, whether you put it in your phone or whether you write it down on a piece of paper and put it in a file. You want to write down your password and you want to write down your PIN. However, because of technology, if you click the button, remember me, what you're basically telling your computer or your phone is that you want this data, password information, saved onto your device. So that way when you try to go back in, you don't have to guess out of the blue, oh my goodness, what was my password, what was my PIN? It'll hopefully stay on there. But just be aware that if you change your phone or you reset your computer, that information will be lost. So again, why I encourage you to write it down. Last button is simply to give, right? Once you put in all of that information, you click the give button and then the process is over, right? So again, we want to thank you guys through walking through with us through this process, and we hope that this answers all of your questions. So that's basically it, all right? So again, I want to thank you guys for your generosity and for giving. One of the things I do want to encourage you is that if you have any questions, you can always email us here at Vista Assembly. You can go to vistassembly.com or you can email me myself, which is jdiaz@vistassembly.com. If it's something that we cannot take care of within the church house itself, don't worry about it. We'll communicate with Tidely, or you can as well. And at the end of this video, we will give you all the information that you need to communicate with Tidely about any of your giving in case there is any issue. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'm excited to hang out with you guys on Sunday. See ya.